Hi, I'm Tyson Franklin and welcome to this week's video. And if you're enjoying my videos, please click the subscribe button and also the bell icon so you'll be informed whenever a new video is released. This week's video is pretty much titled, One Question You Should Ask Every Employer. Now, how this came about was last week I was talking to someone and they said they've had a number of employers over the last year or two. And they said majority of the employer right now is really good, but the past or the other employers they've had were sort of crap. That was pretty much how they described them. And we were talking about what made them terrible. And as we dug into it, it made me realize when an employer is about to employ a new team member, a new podiatrist, they'll ask for their experience. Yeah, what continuing education have they done, how many years they've been out, where they've worked previously. And then from that, they'll determine whether they want to employ that podiatrist or not. What I think is really important is I think there's one question that every employee or podiatrist should ask a potential employer. And the question is, how many people have you employed in the past? And if their answer is none, then you've got to not expect too much from them as their first employee. Because it's just like they might be a great podiatrist. They may be a fantastic business owner. Everything, they might be a really nice person, but if they've never employed anybody before, then that is a learning curve. It's a process. You've got to go through it and you've got to do it to get better at employing people. So if you've never employed anyone before, please reach out to someone you know who has had a number of employees and talk to them about what you're about to do and see if there's any pitfalls or things that you can overcome. Like I did a webinar a couple of weeks ago called How to Attract and Retain Podiatry Talent. Now, I must admit, it was bloody good. It was a good webinar. And the people that were on there were just saying, it was bloody good. Unfortunately, I forgot to press record. So I have all the notes. I might do it again one day. But it's really important to know how to retain employees when you actually employ them. And if you haven't done it before, you will learn about it. You'll learn how to do it through experience. But as the employee, just remember, ask that one question. How many people have you employed before? Now, I'm not saying if they've never employed anyone before to actually run. That's not what I want you doing. What I want you to do is just realize that they're inexperienced as an employer. It's up to you to work with them and help them become a better employer. It's not about running and trying to find someone who's got more experience. It's just working together. So if they do something that annoys you as a boss, just realize they haven't employed anyone before. So maybe you just got to cut them a little bit of slack and realize they're learning this as they go, the same as, especially if this is like your first job. And a lot of times, new employers haven't really been out that long as well. They may have been out 2, 3, 4 years. It might be their first business. They haven't owned it too well. So it is a learning curve for both of you. So I think it's really important for employees and employers, if this is your first employer and if this is your first employee, is to actually work together and try and make it a positive experience for both of you. And if you're the employer and you feel your employer's been a bit slack or dropping the ball in a few areas, just talk to them about it. You might have thought you were going to get more mentoring. Talk to them about, yeah, I want more mentoring. So I think you need to have a lot of communication between the two of you as well. I hope you get something from this. So just remember, if you're talking to a new employer, ask the question, how many people have you employed before? And if they've employed a lot of people, chances are they know what they're doing. Doesn't mean they're any good at it, but they should be getting better every time they do it. I know I made a lot of mistakes as an employee. Just ask some of the people that used to work for me. I'm sure some of them be there going, oh my God, he was shocking. He was shocking at the start. But I like to think as the years went on, I definitely got better. And it's with anything. The more you do it, the better you get. And you have to be on that constant path of wanting to get better. That's the important key. You've got to want to be better as an employer. Okay, sorry about all my ramblings. And like I said before, if you enjoy my videos, please click the subscribe button. And if you have any questions, send me an email, tf@tysonfranklin.com. If you want to reach out to me at all and talk about one-on-one coaching, whether you're setting up a new business, you're about to employ somebody, and you want to know how to retain them, please send me an email, tf@tysonfranklin.com, or go to my website, tysonfranklin.com. And don't forget, If you're enjoying the Podiatry Legends podcast, tell all your podiatry friends, unless you have none. That's a shame. Okay, I'll talk to you next week. Bye.